Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a payday prep, and I want to go ahead and issue you a warning. Don't fall into the same trap that I almost fell into today. I went to the commissary to check and see how prices were looking over there, and I also wanted to pick up some of my favorite Tabasco sauce. So the prices, by the way, I didn't really record in there because I wasn't wearing a mask and people were already looking at me kind of strange. So the prices, actually, ladies and gentlemen, I was surprised. The prices are not terrible. They're a little bit higher, but they're not nearly as high as what they are outside of a military base, or at least outside of this military base that I live nearby, which is Fort Wainwright. I want to caution you because something happened to me while I was at the commissary that I almost fell for. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to buy something just because it's on sale, especially if you really don't use it. So for example, I went to the commissary and they had a whole bunch of cereal, you know, the sugared cereal like Frosted Flakes, the Lucky Charms, things like that. Well, I have several 5-gallon buckets of those cereals put away. So I believe that we have enough to last us a pretty long while should we ever need it. And the sale was a great sale. It was like $1.25 for like one of those 10-ounce boxes or something like that. And I was like, man, maybe I should pick up like 10 of those. And then I was like, yeah, but we really don't eat this kind very much, and I already have some put away. So before you get something just because it's on sale, make sure that you are going to use it. Make sure that you're going to find a use for it, even if you never need it, because we never have a major crisis, which I think is slim to none that we don't have another major crisis. But I think you know what I mean. If you're not going to use something and it's not something that you really eat or like to eat on a regular basis, then don't get it only because it's on sale. Now, before I go ahead and show off my payday prep, I wanted to show you this, and I'll try to remember to show it off again during Friday's live stream. For those of you that don't know, we will have a Friday live stream at 2 p.m. Alaska time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, like we do every week. And also on Sundays, we have a live stream at 12 noon Alaska time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, like we do every week. The reason I've said this for the last couple of videos, ladies and gentlemen, is because a lot of people are not getting notified that we're having a live stream, but we have those two live streams at the same time every single week. All right, so if you show up, I'll be there. And if for some reason something happens that I can't be there, I'll leave a post in the community page. But I was meaning to actually show this off during the last two live streams we had. So if you all remember during my last payday prep that I showed you that I went ahead and used a soda 2-liter bottle to store some lentils in. There's 4 pounds of lentils in there using an oxygen absorber. I told you that I'd show you it a couple of days later so that you can see that the oxygen absorber actually does its work. And as you can see here, I'm not sure how well you can see it because of the light or the plastic, but as you can see, everything is sucked in. So the oxygen absorber, this tells me that the oxygen absorber is actually doing its work because everything is sucked in, and it also tells me that this cap has created a very good seal. One of the reasons why I really like using these containers to put away things like lentils or beans or even rice and sugar and salt. They're great to use. And as I told some other people, if you don't drink soda pop, then just ask a friend or ask a family member. I'm sure you'll find plenty of people that drink soda pop, and they'll be more than happy to save the 2-liter bottles for you. I also like to use the 1-gallon containers. For example, the last payday prep where I showcased this, I showed you that I purchased 2 gallons of apple juice and it came in that nice clear container. Those also create a very good seal. So if you're still in the part of your preparedness plan where you need to prep on the cheap, maybe you don't have the means to purchase a Mylar bag and buckets, and you can afford a 7.5-cent oxygen absorber, then this is a great way to go. Okay, this is not part of my payday prep. I just wanted to show you all this because I keep forgetting to show it. I'll try to remember to show it during the next live stream as well. I actually have it on my desk so I don't forget. So during this payday prep, ladies and gentlemen, I got things that I know I am going to need, that I know I like, and that I know will last a long time. I love the Tabasco green pepper sauce. I love this Tabasco sauce. It's my favorite. I also like the regular one, the regular red one. I don't quite like the other ones that they have flavored like with garlic and things like that, but I truly do love this kind and the red one. I'm about the only one in the house that likes hot sauces besides Victor, but Victor likes the really hot sauces, like, you know, those Dave Insanity sauce that pretty much takes the enamel off your teeth. No, I'm not all for that. I'm more for the flavor that these bring, and these are great. So I noticed that I was on my last bottle, ladies and gentlemen, so I said, you know what, let me pick up 3 of these. It's always nice to have a little extra flavor to add to any foods that you may want to add that to, and I really enjoy those. Another thing that I really like are these olives that are stuffed with garlic. Now, I tried to see if they had the olives that are stuffed with garlic and jalapeno peppers that I got at Costco the last time, but they didn't have those. They just had the olive ones or jalapeno ones, one or the other. So I went ahead and went with the olives that are stuffed with garlic because I really enjoy these. And these were actually a pretty good price. I was surprised that these were only $2 and change per jar. And for nowadays, with how much, you know, olives are going for, I thought that that was a great deal, so I picked up 3 of these. Now, I normally go through about 3 or 4 olives a day because I just love to eat them as a snack, and I once in a while eat them with the food that I'm actually eating, but I usually eat these more as a snack than anything else. Now, my wife cooked a turkey dinner about just shy of a week ago. A friend was visiting, and she decided to cook a turkey dinner, and we went through 4 boxes of stovetop stuffing, ladies and gentlemen. And actually, I talked to you about that. I told you that was my cheat day and that I had a blast eating some turkey dinner. And I think I also said that I had a cheeseburger earlier that day as well. But we used 4 boxes, and all I'm doing here, ladies and gentlemen, is I am practicing what I preach, filling in my gaps. Very important that you fill in your gaps, ladies and gentlemen. Don't put it off. Go ahead and get it. If you have a year's supply and maybe you only use up like maybe a couple of weeks supply, then maybe you can afford to wait until something goes on sale. But if you have a year supply or a 2-year supply and you use up half of it, then go ahead and make sure that you get it as soon as you can. Normally, we'll have a turkey dinner once a year aside from Thanksgiving, and then we'll have a turkey dinner during Thanksgiving. So we usually keep about 8 to 10 of these boxes in hand, and we use 4. So I was like, you know what? I don't care if they're more expensive than what I'm used to getting them. Usually I wait when they go on sale. They're like $1.19, $1.29. These were about $1.89, but I went ahead and grabbed them because I want to make sure that I have them just in case they become unavailable. And now let's talk about all of these Jetboil Jet Power Butane canisters. So as you can see, I went ahead and purchased a small Jetboil system for the bunker. And I keep it up here on the windowsill, so when I come in here in the morning, I can have my morning coffee. And I tried using the attachment that goes onto the 1-pound propane cylinders that will be able to go on the Jetboil. I tried using that and it worked, and the propane lit and everything, but the flame was very weird. The flame was kind of like wanting to come out the sides, and I just didn't like it. So I figured, you know what? This works really well with this brand. So I'm going to make sure that I use this brand for the Jetboil. Now, the one that we have in the house that I reviewed here, I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago, probably just about a little over 6 or 7 weeks ago. It took us about just shy of 7 weeks. It took us, I think it was like 47 days. Yes, 47 days it took us to use one of these canisters up. And that was using it 3 to 4 times a day to heat up a cup and a half of water. So I think that for $10, so that you can heat up roughly 110 cups of water for $10, I think that's a great deal. And it is so very convenient. And I actually think that it saves me money because here the price of propane, when they come up and fill my propane, is more than twice of what it is if you were to go and fill your own tanks. And I have the tanks that are 120-gallon tanks, so I really can't fill those up myself. They're just too big and bulky for me to try to carry them and fill them up. So I have them filled up. But the last time I had them filled up was about a month ago, and for about 26 gallons, I think it was, it came out to a little over $200, ladies and gentlemen. So very, very high prices for delivered propane here. So I think that using these, not only is it more convenient, but I think it's more efficient. So I went over to Sportsman's Warehouse after I left the commissary, and I purchased 10 of these. Why? Because I know that I am going to use these 100%. I know I'm going to use these, and I would rather get them now. The last time I was at Sportsman's Warehouse, there was like maybe 2 or 3 of these left when I purchased the other Jetboil that I brought over here to the bunker. There were only about 2 or 3 of these left, and I only took 2 to leave about 2 or 3 after I took the 2, because I didn't want to take them all in case somebody wanted to, you know, come and grab 1 or 2 because they were going hunting or something. So I went back to see if they had any more. They had a pretty decent stock of them, so I went ahead and capitalized and got 10 of them. These 10, I'm pretty sure, will last me at least, here in the bunker by myself, I'm pretty sure they'll last me about 2 years. And I do have some extras that I left in the house for the one that we use in the house. So that's it for this payday prep, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I want to caution you, don't buy things just because they're on sale, ladies and gentlemen. Use your money smartly. Make sure that the things that you buy are things that you are going to use eventually. Even if you say, well, I'm not going to use these up in a month, so why should I buy more than one? Well, when you go to buy more, they may not be there. But I know that I'm going to use all of these up within 2 years. And guess what? The shelf life on these, in my opinion, is indefinite. As long as you keep them in a place that's not very humid, where the cans won't rust or anything like that, they should last you pretty much indefinite. Having said that, have a great day. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm Alaska Prepper. I am out.